Alright, we are back for round 2 on the draw again. Hand is great. The thing is, I build my deck in a way where I have a ton of 2-drop, and honestly, this really helps having just some good draws in general, because as long as you have a couple lands, then you can keep most hand. And, it might feel like I'm lucky to get something to cast every game, but I have something like 7 2-drops available. Okay, SRAM is definitely dying here. Sorry, you were young, but time has come. Because if I go Crane and they play a Renegade Freighter or any nonsense, it's just a nightmare. I don't really want to give them free cards, and I'm not gonna get a much better target than Thram in this matchup, I think. Alright, P-Foul was fine. Had we played the Crane first, we would have gotten that, but I think Thram is just way too threatening. And we got something either way. Ooh! Dockhand. I should not auto-yield then. I feel like Dockhand is actually better than Puzzle Knot, because then we can go Dockhand now, P-Foul then, and on turn 5 Serpent. Yeah. I'm putting a lot of very good cards on the bottom though, which is a little bit of a shame, but it happens. Definitely not double blocking here. There's a lot of things that gets me, and well, I guess my opponent is not gonna let me double block anyway. Alright, sure. You got me. You got me. Let's P-Foul and beat down. The Crane is not really blocking the Inventor well anyway. I mean the Enforcer. And if they do have a Revolt for P-Foul, well, sure, I get hit for 1. If they had a 2-power creature, I would be more inclined to just leave the Crane back, but here it doesn't seem great. I like seeing them casting Walker, which is pretty bad. Okay. Well, that's not bad. I think we'll drop the Mora and attack with the Crane. And next turn we can Snake unless the P-Foul dies. So far my opponent played 2 very good cards and 2 very bad cards. Not very bad, but 2 medium feelers. We'll put it this way. They might just get back their Warden and remove something else, but if I get back my Dockhand, I'm pretty happy, honestly. Yeah, sure. Maybe the P-Foul is more threatening. Either way, I'm casting Snake next turn, so whatever. And now they get to attack, but like, this is really fine. I could double block, make the Mora at 2-3. That doesn't sound great. I want to cast my Snake next turn. Alright, the Snake is in the house. I'm actually not gonna attack here. Because if they do have a Revolt for Snake, which is kinda likely, then I have not many great block. I take 5. Dockhand makes me have a good late game anyways. I don't think I should be playing too aggressively here. Don't really want to trade 1 for 2 if they do have the Snake. I mean the answer to the Snake. Goggles. That's a good card. It's not looking too bad for me here. That's kinda decent. And actually, I think now the plan is just to sit there, draw cards with the Dockhand, get 1 damage in each turn, and the longer this goes on, the better it's for me, because I'm drawing more. So yeah, I mean, I don't mind being in that spot. And if something goes wrong, they found a removal or something, I have Live in the Dust in the back, so pretty great spot to be in here. My opponent might have been using their Warden a bit too aggressively. On the other hand, Warden is usually a card I'm happy to use on creatures that are not so strong. Because if it gets removed and they get back their bomb, I mean, I'd rather, remove a P-Foul and then use a better removal on on something that I really want to get out of the board because the Warden might die. But yeah, I mean, what I'm trying to say is that it. Okay, interesting. Yeah, no problem. I think it's overall fine. Assembler. Huh. That's an extremely weird move. I thought if you would do that, you would take the Serpent. What does that do? I mean, I can copy a Walker every turn, but I don't really care about doing that. Weird. I'm gonna do that now, though, so I can see one more card. That was a weird play. I thought they would remove the snake, and they just conceded. I don't know. I think what went through my open mind here was that they wanted to get rid of the artifact, so I cannot copy and I cannot choose the dockhand. Maybe they forgot that they would get back another artifact anyways, and they were like, oh shit, I fucked up. Because this play doesn't make much sense. Alright, so it's some type of blue-white with enters the battlefield ability, it looks like. Not much other information. So Ice Over plays extremely poorly against Blinking Effect and Acrobatic Maneuver that they are main decking, so I will remove that. Other than that, I could add in the Inspector as it's a fine 3-drop, if I don't see anything being better. Cruel Finality is not the worst on the draw. They showed a couple 2 toughness creatures, so why not? I could add one of these 2 cards. Prowler not looking very exciting. Sec for Inspection, probably not extremely good. Negate could be decent. Rebuke could also be decent if they are a bit slower with stronger spell. I like counters more on the play than on the draw. I haven't seen a ton of Revolt, so Bastion Inventor doesn't seem as important as it was game 1. I mean match 1. Also, Inventor is not great if they have some Inventor goggles that can make their creature big enough to trade with it. I really liked Inventor last match because they had a lot of Revolt but not many big creatures, and this is where Inventor shines. Here I don't think it's exactly the same. Yeah, I think on a draw my best option is Cruel Finality. You have slightly more Revolt. They could also be playing a couple Drakes, a couple Flying Drakes. Finality also kills the Spire Patrol, the 3/2 for blue-white. That is one of the best reasons to be blue-white with Cloud Blazer. In general, I think the -2 effect is pretty good against blue-white deck. Well, that is clunky. The hand would be amazing with 2 swamps, obviously, instead of 2 islands. As it is, I'm not sure it's a keep. I have 2 cards I'm not gonna cast anytime soon. A 3-drop and a 4-drop that I can't cast yet. No, I think it's a mulligan. I think the hand is just too bad. This one is really good though. I think I don't mind drawing an island. A 4th land is good for Dockhand, good for Moray. If we are lucky enough, the Crane is gonna give us a bit of card advantage. Yeah, I feel like this is the better option. And I'm really happy I'm mulliganed here. Mechanic, sure. Probably not bouncing anything. Implement is nice. I have nothing to play on turn 3. And it's good. Obviously, it would have been better to get it off the the Crane, but you cannot have everything. You cannot have everything. I'm definitely blocking here if they have done spell. Whatever. Peace Walker Colossus is another card I like. It's not a card I think is strong, but maybe my opponent will be the first one to show me the power of Colossus. Each time I've seen that card being cast, it was really awful though, and it was pretty much like mulliganing. Now I'm waiting to be, proven wrong, but it hasn't happened yet. I guess I can beat down for 6 here, so it's not nothing. Yeah, as I just say that, I'm gonna get crushed by the Colossus. Uh, but it would honestly be the first time that I see that card performing, doing something good. Don't think there's any chance we block with Dark Hand. Yeah, I could use the other two creatures to block. I might just take 6 from Colossus though. Yeah, I guess if I get crushed by Colossus, is kind of interesting. Because I really haven't seen that card being good at all yet. Crusher, okay, now things becomes quite threatening. Leave in the Dust was quite a good top deck though. I guess we sacked now. I think we are pretty likely gonna cast that, but well, 2 lands was bad. This is not blocking. Yeah, I'm gonna go with that. No point in bouncing the Colossus right away because they can just go recast Colossus and animate the Crusher either way. So, well, I'm getting crushed, and they have the Thram in the deck, so I guess they kind of build the deck around it. Yeah. I'm not gonna be able to trade with these anytime soon. Maybe I should have kept the Darken back and block with everything, but then I lose my whole board, which doesn't sound great. I'm gonna bounce the Crusher because if they don't have another land, they cannot recast it, which probably matters. Doing that now because if they do have a counter, I'd rather be able to chump block and not die. If you do that after blockers, it might be bad news bear for you. Well, if they do have a counter, I think I lose anyways, but if they're playing a bunch of vehicle, I'm probably siding in negate, by the way. Maneuver on the Crusher. That's annoying, but beatable, I think. We need to stop drawing lands, though. Well, that's another land, I guess. Not sure what the plan is here. Probably block with Moray, make it a 4-1. Chump with another creature. Kill the one that was blocked by the Moray end of turn. And hope for the best. At least they are not playing more creatures. Code in the Bright. Yeah, this is gonna be a game over. I'm not coming back now. GG. Thram seems insane in their deck. That's worrisome. Okay, so I think I want negate here. Ice Over was an answer, but they showed Acrobatic Maneuver again, and Acrobatic Maneuver just destroys Ice Over. I really don't like that. Seg for Inspection is pretty good against fat vehicles, though. Probably better than Leave in the Dust. And then I don't know, I need to cut something else. Moray doesn't seem great. Well, it's not bad. Maybe I just cut the finality. Yeah. Alright. Let's do that. Yeah, this game I would have been happier with Sec for Inspection over Finality. I think I would have lost anyways, but... Yeah, we must kill Thram in their deck. So I guess that's actually playing the Finality makes sense. Because Thram is really a must kill. Yeah, actually I'm gonna put back Finality and cut Moray, which is medium. Not sure if I was if I got to make the change I wanted, but hopefully yes. Hand is lacking black, but it's good enough. We have 3 cards we can cast, a decent curve. Super into Theorist is kind of nice, so I can get 2 servos. Don't have any removal though, so if my opponent goes Thram into vehicles and whatnot, it's gonna be tough. But I do have a lot of answers to Thram in my deck in general. Their own as a swooper as we draw blue. Black would have been great for the touch. Yeah, I thought I missed the attack, but luckily enough I did not. They block, which I guess makes sense, and will be Theoristing. And I think we'll be more than likely gonna scry upkeep because I really want to draw a swamp. It depends on what they have on the board. If they play a 3-2, I'm definitely gonna do that, I think. Well, no, maybe not, actually. Hopefully we can just take over the game with the touch. Conviction on the swooper. Pass the turn. Interesting move. Yeah, this is a move that really makes me want to scry upkeep. No, I don't really want to be drawing that. Select for inspection. Well, I can cast that pretty soon, actually. So I could go attack with Swooper. They block. I bounce my Swooper back to my hand. Scry, which is kind of nice. Get a 3rd artifact, which means a land let me cast Serpent next turn. I think I like that move, actually. I think I like that move a decent amount. It's kind of weird and pretty aggressive. I think it's worth it, though. It's really tempting, but I don't think I can keep that. Yeah, if I keep that, I'm not casting anything next turn. Certainly not a possibility. And I will remove the stop on my upkeep because I don't have any energy left. This also helps us dig towards a swamp faster, which is good. Like, if there's a swamp on the top, I feel really confident about this game because I'm gonna go Serpent into touch. It's gonna be a lot of pressure. They might want to attack here, which I would be fine with. The thing is, if they don't have a follow-up play, attacking is not great. They take 2 and then I swing back for 3 potentially, even though they have a servo lying around. I don't know. Well, I think they are pretty likely to attack, and they are pretty likely to have a follow-up play, so we shall see. They are definitely thinking about their move. Alright, what are you up to, Morrigan? Do you have a good play? Do you have no good play? Thram seems like a good play. Drawing negate seems like a bad place to be in. I'd love to keep negate available, but I can't. I think I need to play the Swooper and dig towards swamps. I mean, it's not very sexy, and if they play a vehicle here, it's really bad for me, but yeah, I mean, just getting stuck on land here. I think the hand was definitely a keep, and now, well, if I don't get there, it's bad luck more than anything else. I'm gonna get crushed by the Peace Walker Colossus again, though, which I kinda hate. I doubt you wanna attack here, though. It seems like a weird move. Now I'm gonna make a servo instead of crying. Weird. Don't agree with that play. But my deck seems to agree with the fact that I should not draw any land. Yeah, that was kind of weird. Why would you let me... I don't know. Maybe they thought I would really descry. I mean, I got the snake out, which is good. Just worried that Stram will take over the game. At least if I draw black now, I can cruel finality the Stram. And I can double block the Colossus. If they play another vehicle and draw another card, or an aura and draw... I think if they get to draw one more card of Thram, I lose though. But I mean, you know, it's the game we play. Yeah. Yeah, I think this is game over. And now they can make P4 the Colossus in... Well, I guess I can still quadruple block. It feels bad. This matchup seemed interesting and fine. And now I think it's just gonna be over because I missed way too many land drops. And if they put the goggle on Stram, I'm never gonna kill it, they are gonna draw more cards and it's gonna be awful. I kinda like that though. That's potentially good for me. We drew the black. So maybe there's a way we can come back in the game actually. Let's try to kill Saram and see what happens. I have 2 such creature in hand, which means that huge vehicle are not gonna be too tough, I think. Do I want that? No, I want a black. And my opponent has been drawing a lot of cards, so I cannot afford to draw useless lands. And yeah, this lets me Tezzeret Touch and keep up negate available, but I can also just as a poisoner. So I don't think this is really a better option. I'm glad they did not put the goggles on SRAM, would have been really bad for me. Alright. Well, my opponent has 6 spells in hand. They have a slight... Well, the board is pretty even, they have more cards in hand, so it's looking pretty bad. But who knows, who knows. Yeah, despite a good keeper, things did not really went as well as planned. It was risky because of no black, but when you can cast 3 spells out of your hand, it's most definitely a keep. Alright, how am I beating that if they play flyers? I don't really know. None of my creature can really attack efficiently. Ugh, this is nightmare. Touching a spell doesn't do much. How do I win that game? I feel like I don't, but I guess the mess move is to start attacking with the Aether Born to gain life. They can attack for 6 in the air next turn, so I'm not jumping yet, I think, so I'm gonna attack with the Swooper. Attack with Swooper, drop Gifted Aetherborn, keep negate available, and hope for the best. At least if they play a vehicle to trigger the Wingsmith, I can counter it, and then they don't get to attack. And that's actually pretty decent for me, and I can start draining them with the Aetherborn. This game is gonna be tough, though. Looks like a crusher to me. Yeah, that's really bad. That's really bad. Because now they will get flying before I can block, and I'm gonna take 6. Ugh. And now I cannot attack with my super anymore. Yeah, bad news. I guess if I can draw a Pilar Bug and make it a 5/5 lifelink, maybe I have a shot, but I still don't really know how I deal with the Peace Walker Colossus. I guess I cannot crew it right here, right? Yeah, they cannot crew it. So that's kind of good for me, I can attack with the snake. And with a servo, and put some pressure on. Keep that to block. Yeah, I mean, not thrilled, but this is what we have, I guess. The good news is that we have negate backup, so we have a little bit of room to not die to the first removal spell. And we do have pressure. If they take too many damage, they might just die to Serpent too, which is quite relevant. If they can play another artifact next turn, in the next couple turns, they will kill me before I can kill them, though. That's for sure. And them eating their second white is really, really not a good news for us. The thing is, if they miss an artifact here, they can attack me for 2 only. Then I can still chump the Wingsmith potentially if they don't have a removal on the turn after, and I can just go snake you for 5, snake you for 5, you are dead. And I think that might have been a reason for my opponent to chump block with servo last turn. I think the odds that we are winning are rather slim, but they certainly do exist. Like if they try to play a big vehicle to trigger Wingsmith and I get them with negate, it's just a dream. I need to get value out of the negate at some point. Well, it's great that they did not play any artifact. Alright, cool. So I can just take 2. It's good news for us. The thing is, using the Serpent means I die to any removal then. Might just sack the Puzzle Knot end of turn if I don't have anything better to do, as if they get to remove my super and attack with their flyer, this is 7. And even if I gain 2 with the Aetherborn, I'm still dead. So having 1 more life, I don't think matters in this specific spot. The game is tough and interesting. I think we are a slight underdog, but the snake makes things tough for my opponent too. Ice over the snake. No. No, I cannot let that happen. And Warden. Well, then I think I lose if they have to removal, but I don't think there was any out then. That's really good. That's really good. So I don't have any great attack except for the Aetherborn, which they don't have any good block for, which is nice. So I can just drain them for a little bit. And I guess I'm gonna play the Aviator, which gives me a lot of time actually, which is quite amazing. That being said, since the snake is not there anymore, Well, Aviator was among the best top deck I could have asked for. If we trade with Wingsmith, it's also amazing. It's a huge threat out of the board. Alright, great. It also means they are way less likely to be able to crew on the Colossus. And now I actually soaked most of their threat. They still have 4 cards in hand, so I don't feel super well, but we did get rid of most stuff. We still have a snake lying in the deck somewhere, which only costs 2. Who knows? Who knows? I guess if they put the goggles on the Swooper with Conviction, it can attack through for 3. But we have 4 champ blockers, so it's like we'll have a little bit of time before it kills us. Also, if they choose to attack, then I find a Revolt for their Swooper, I'm actually winning the race. Yeah, I'm not gonna jump yet. I'm gonna take my 3. Plunderer. This card does not do a ton in the eyes of all the Thopter. Barrel's Expertise. Holy cow, I forgot that I had that in my deck. That's huge. That's pretty huge. Can we win the game though? I don't think we can win, but we can put the opponent in a lot of problem here. Most likely, maybe. So one of the targets is definitely the Peace Walker Colossus. Then the Plunderer, probably. Bouncing Warden. Well, I could bounce all the things that have more than 1 toughness, then my Servo can attack. Yeah, I actually kinda like that. I think I need to keep 2 blockers back. Well, the thing is, if I bounce the Warden, they get it back. And it means I need to leave 2 flying blockers to not die. Oh, it's really a tough turn of a very tough game. So let's imagine I bounce these 3 guys, attack with everything but 2 flyers. They must block at least something, otherwise they die. Then they can go Warden, remove one of my flying blocker. But I still have another flying blocker. If I keep a Thopter and an Experimenter back. Yeah, it's 10, so they need to make at least 1 block. And also we get back the Serpent, which they need to use the Warden on. And, well, I guess if I make this play, I lose to double Revolt. Maybe we attack with 1 less Thopter. But then they can just play the Warden back, eat the Serpent, and then we probably cannot kill them. Well, they still take a ton here. I guess I chump block the Servo. No, we cannot really put enough pressure. I think we have to Expertise this, that. I don't really want to give them the could also bounce my own Aviator, but I cannot recast it anytime soon. Oh, it's really tough. It's really tough. I want to be able to attack with my servo efficiently. I'm gonna do that. I am not sure it is the exact right play. I think it's pretty good. They might have a counter anyways. I'm not sure we'll get... I mean, there's possibly a better move to make, but I think I can attack for... Well, they will need to eat the snake back anyways. Now I can attack with these. Keep 3 blockers back, so I play around them having the Fairground Warden and another Revolt. Because I don't want to die to these 2 guys. And here they can just jump here. Yeah. I think this makes sense, but I don't know. It's really a tough game. Okay, we traded, which is pretty good for me, I think. And now I think my opponent is forced into a pretty defensive position. They need to warden the snake, otherwise they die. Peacewalker Colossus doesn't do anything really great on that board, and I can just probably overwhelm them with my small creatures. What do they have? Airdrop Aeronaut? Harpooner. Well, that's fine. That's pretty good. And I guess Warden the snake. Now what happens if I attack with everything? They block 3 creature and take 4. It's not really good enough. I think we want to drop the implement and draw 2 cards. Okay, that's 2 spells. Game is really interesting. Maybe I think if I play slightly more aggressively, they can just choose not to block with the 2/1 and kill me on the backswing if they have another Revolt. And it feels a little bit too risky. Maybe I'm paranoid, but I don't think... I think I have a decent shot out winning still, where I probably just lose if they have another Revolt. Yeah. I don't think I have any bounce spell left in my deck, so I can just block with the Aviator. Interesting that they did not recast their first swooper first, so they could get a servo right away. Not sure I agree with that. Maybe it just doesn't matter. Here, if I attack with everything, they take 4. They don't die. Vengeful Rebel. That's kinda good. So if I attack with a Toothopter and they don't block, I die. Because I take 4 from the 2 swoopers, so I don't think it's an option. I should probably have attacked with Poisoner last turn. I think I missed 1 damage for no reason. Yep, that was bad. I think the plan is attack with pretty much everything but the Thopter. They are forced to make some blocks, I think. I have enough blockers to not die next turn, and if something dies, I get back my my snake by killing the Warden. The advantage of attacking with 1 more creature is that they take at least 2, which puts them down to 5. But then if they make no block, well, I still don't die. Yeah, I don't know. Is it a huge misplay? Am I throwing the game away? This makes sense, this makes sense, and this makes sense. Yeah. But they went down to 5. Now I play Rebel, even if they have their stupid... well, I guess if they have the acrobatic maneuver on the Warden, it's bad. But there's not a ton I can do around that. Yeah, they do have it. Ugh. I think this is still the right move, honestly. And now I should probably play the Assembler. Well, it depends. Playing the Assembler means I can attack for 2 more next turn if I draw land. Playing the Bug means I can gain 2 life next turn, which might matter too. No, I think it's actually the Bug, because if I play the Assembler, they will get enough blockers. And I'm actually probably not gonna kill them. Well, I think without the maneuver, this attack would have worked, but... I think we are out of the game now. Unless they have really nothing in hand, which is incredibly unlikely. We know they have at least a Peace Walker Colossus. They could have drawn a couple lands in the last few turns. I think they've played a land each turn. But, yeah. That game was good, though. There might be a sequence of play that lets you win the game, but I don't know, I kinda doubt it. Oh, they have another Harpooner. Yeah, then it's probably not winnable at all. Well, I guess we need to attack with Bug, otherwise we die. And I don't think I have any out left. Like, I already play my Expertise, my Aviator, which were 2 of the strongest cards in my deck. If they don't have the maneuver, I think I win, but it was extremely obvious that they would have it, most likely. There's just not much I could have done around that, I don't think so. Yep. And the Revolt. GG. Not sure that I had any outs left. There was a lot of lands left in my deck. Yeah, I don't think we could have won that. I mean, at least after the acrobatic maneuver, I think I've dealt almost the most damage I could have done. Maybe I missed 1 or 2 damage here and there, but I'm not even sure it would have been good enough, because my opponent could have played a bit more defensively. It's tough to say. Might have made some slight misplay, but the game was really tough and interesting at least. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching. Drop a like if you did enjoy, and I see you for another draft.